My son's betrayal fueled my freedom. My son's cold demand to leave the home I gifted him sparked a fire that burned his plans to ash. In one cruel moment, his words set me free to reclaim my life on my own terms. The late afternoon sun filtered through the kitchen skylight as I hauled in bags of fresh produce from the market. My son, Ethan, stood in the dining room, arms crossed, his face unyielding. Before I could set the bags down, his voice sliced through the quiet. "Mom, you're crowding us. We need you out." My grip tightened on the canvas totes, their straps cutting into my hands. "What did you say, Ethan?" I asked, voice low, hoping I'd misheard. He met my gaze, unflinching. "Sophie, and I want our own space. You're always here. It's time you found somewhere else." His words landed like a punch, sharp and deliberate. This house, my house, bought with my late husband's life insurance to secure Ethan's future, was now a cage I was to be evicted from. "You're asking me to leave the home I paid for?" I said, keeping my tone even despite the ache in my chest. Ethan shrugged. "Sophie's uncomfortable with you around. We need to live our lives." Silence fell, heavy, broken only by a neighbor's dog barking outside. I'd given him this house, moved into the guest suite to support their young marriage, and now I was an inconvenience. "Okay," I said, one word, no argument. I placed the bags on the counter and walked to my room, closing the door. Against the wall, I exhaled, shock giving way to clarity. If they wanted me gone, I'd go, but I'd take everything that was mine. I overheard Ethan on the phone, his tone light, as if relieved. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment outburst, it was planned. My phone buzzed. "Lila, my friend from the local book club." "Amelia, fancy a tea? I've got your favorite lemon tarts." I managed a faint smile. "Soon, but I need your help first." At a diner near the pier, I spilled everything over coffee. Lila's eyes flashed. "They're kicking you out of your own house?" I nodded. "I'm selling it. Quietly. They won't know until it's done." Lila leaned in. "I know someone who can make that happen." That night, I met Lila's contact, Ms. Carter, a sharp realtor, in her downtown office. "The house is solely in your name?" she asked, pen poised. "Every document." I confirmed. She smiled. "I've got cash buyers ready to close in 4 days. Deal?" I imagined Ethan and Sophie's shock when they returned to a sold home. "Make it happen," I said. Back home, Ethan was out. The house, with its cedar beams and curated art, felt like a museum of my sacrifices. I emailed Ms. Carter. "Proceed. Total discretion." The next morning, I sipped tea from my grandmother's porcelain cup, listing assets in a journal. Walnut dining table, silver candelabras, a custom range. Each checkmark was a step toward liberation. Ms. Carter called. "Buyers want a tour tomorrow. Can you keep it empty?" I texted Ethan. "Having visitors tomorrow. Stay out late." His reply, "Fine." His dismissal steeled my resolve. I packed heirlooms, my mother's cameo brooch, bone china, into boxes for a storage unit Lila arranged. At 1 p.m., the buyers, a young family, toured the house, unaware of its history. "It's a dream," the husband said. Ms. Carter nodded. "Deposit tonight." I lingered in the dining room, memories of Ethan's laughter fading. I'd stay one last night, my choice. That evening, Ethan texted. "Can you watch Emma tomorrow? Sophie's busy." I adored my granddaughter, but his tone screamed entitlement. "Not available," I replied, savoring the shift. The next day, I packed more, the sound of packing tape like a final chord. Ms. Carter confirmed. "Sale closes Thursday. Funds to your private account." 2 days left. Wednesday, my lawyer, Mr. Reed, called. "Amelia, Ethan and Sophie tried to lien the house with a forged signature claiming joint ownership." My blood ran hot. "Stop it," I said. "Done," he replied. "Their lien's invalid. Want to pursue fraud charges?" I paused. "Hold off." Their desperation was their downfall. Thursday morning, a law firm emailed, claiming Ethan had residency rights, to block the sale. Mr. Reed scoffed. No legal ground. Sale secure. At 11 a.m., I signed the papers at Ms. Carter's office, each signature a release. The funds landed in my new account, untouchable. I bought a compact suitcase, ready for a fresh start. At home, I caught Ethan and Sophie rummaging through my desk for sale papers. Enough, I snapped. Sophie glared. You can't steal our home. I held up the contract. It's sold. You have 1 day to leave. Their faces crumpled. Ms. Carter arrived. The buyers took the keys. I left with Lila, suitcase in tow, as Ethan pleaded, Mom, wait. I didn't turn back. At the police station, a detective questioned me about stolen items, my own belongings. I presented receipts, proving ownership. Baseless complaint, he noted, closing the case. That night, in my new loft with a river view, Lila brought wine. You're unstoppable, she said. I smiled, free. A week later, I joined a painting class, brushing colors onto canvas, forging new bonds. Ethan and Sophie's schemes failed. They faded from my life. My loft held my brooch, my china, my story. At a book club, I laughed freely, planting roots in joy. Ethan's words broke a chain. I built a legacy.